breathe for just a second here and make sure that everything is nice and stable all across the YouTube platform. I've got 2 words for that game, Broncos country. Holy shit. That was probably the craziest football game I've ever witnessed in person. It feels like I've said that now for like the last 3 or 4 Broncos home games, but that is easily the craziest football game I've ever witnessed in person. I've only got to see a walk-off field goal by the Broncos twice in person. Once in 2019 against the Chargers, that was Drew Lock's first start, and now this one. Dude, I thought we were going to be having a completely different tone to this post game. The Denver Broncos played some of their worst football that I've ever seen them play in the first 3 quarters of the game. I mean, it was ridiculously bad. Offensively, they had some issues just making a first down. The run blocking sucked. Bo Nix played poorly. It just was not good enough. But they were able to make some plays there in the 4th quarter. It all started off, everything flipped for that game when Jackson Dart threw that interception. I believe it was to Justin Sternad. That play flipped the whole game for us. It really did. We've got Joshua Hempel in the house saying, let's go. Good to see you, Joshua. We're going to go ahead and take care of some business matters real quick, guys, before we officially get started with this. If you could just do me a big favor and smash the like button on this stream as well as subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. Additionally, if you guys want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. I would really appreciate it. It's not mandatory whatsoever, but if you want some extra perks and incentives in exchange for helping me out and helping this channel grow, I would really appreciate if you would consider it. Again, the link is in the description below. So, again, we already talked about the problems offensively. Defensively, way too many penalties. The penalties were just absolutely ridiculous on the defensive side of the ball. Way too many pass interference penalties, way too many offside penalties, and even on that last drive of the game, man, or that last defensive drive, Riley Moss giving up that penalty on 4th down, or giving up that big play on 4th down and 19. I think there was a penalty on that one as well. I was so emotional. It was just a crazy game. I'll have to go back and watch that like last quarter over again, basically, because it's all kind of a blur right now. But I definitely remember the interception by Justin Sternad, Bo Nix, obviously with that incredible rushing touchdown to put the Broncos ahead, and then the Broncos going down on that last drive to kick the game-winning field goal. My God, man, it was awesome. It was so freaking awesome. We got Alec in the house saying, what a crazy comeback. We got Joshua saying, let's talk again. Let's talk screens again, my friend. Okay, so I knew this conversation would come up here in this post-game stream. Sean Payton and his screen passes. He called a lot of them in the first half. He definitely did. The looks were there for him. The numbers were there. It looked good. Problem is, the blocking was not good. Troy Franklin missed a block on a screen. Evan Ingram missed a block on a screen. Those plays are pretty good when they're blocked well. They can go for 7+ yards easily. But when they're not blocked well, usually it's a tackle in the backfield and it's a disaster. So I understand why fans don't like those calls. They're kind of a 50-50 call sometimes, and I understand why fans get a little bit frustrated when Sean Payton calls them. But at the end of the day, the looks were there to run these plays. We just didn't execute. The execution was not good enough for the Denver Broncos in the first 3 quarters of this game. Not gonna lie, it almost felt like the Giants got complacent there at the end of it. They were up by 3 scores. They were up by 19, and it felt like the New York Giants kind of let off the gas a little bit. It's hard to explain, and obviously you've got their kicker. He missed 2 extra points. That allowed the Broncos to be in a position to go down and kick the field goal to win the game as opposed to tie the game. So definitely owe the New York Giants some credit for this one. They lost this game as much as the Denver Broncos win, but the Broncos aren't going to apologize for a win. You will take it every single time, no matter how it comes. I'm going to try to move my foot here just so my foot doesn't fall asleep. Let's try that again. We got Edward in the house. Clearly, he is a Cowboys fan. We will see you next week. Really excited for that game. Broncos have not lost to the Dallas Cowboys in my lifetime. I'm hoping that doesn't change in this game. Moss played well, bad PI in the end zone. Yeah, that one was frustrating at the end, but Riley Moss, I didn't notice any egregiously bad reps from him. I thought he overall played well. That was just a frustrating penalty at the end. Yep, we will see you next week, Edward. I'm trolling the F out of Giants Twitter right now. They're crying. Look, I don't even understand why the Giants got so upset about what Jonathan Cooper said. It kind of felt like the Giants fans got their panties in a knot on that one, and I really don't understand why. It's not like he said anything crazy. But at the end of the day, the Giants, they put themselves in this position. Jackson Dart with his interception, their kicker missing 2 extra points. I mean, at the end of the day, the Giants kicked themselves in the foot multiple times. Crumble Cookie says, I can't believe we won that game. Me either. I mean, I was about to walk down here with 5 minutes left in the game, and I was just going to stand by the concourse and watch the last couple of the minutes of the game take place. My God, I'm so glad I did it, because that's when the game really started to flip. I mean, that interception, dude, that interception from Justin Strnad was just huge. Absolutely huge. Court with 88 yards, God's a Broncos fan. Joshua, thank you so much for gifting a membership, bud. I really appreciate it. Helps out the channel tremendously, supports me directly, helps improve the production quality of these streams and videos. Thank you so much. Devin says Q Robinson played well. I saw a couple of nice reps from him out there. Can't wait to go home and get into the film. This one's going to be fun. It really is. What was the stadium like at the end? It was awesome. I will say, people started leaving there at the beginning of that fourth quarter. People started leaving after that last Giants touchdown, but this is why you stay with it, man. This team, they found a way to get the job done when all of the odds were stacked against them, man. That's what good football teams do. They find a way. They find a way to come in clutch. And you know who else was clutch today? Bo fucking Nix, baby. He made some big time throws in that fourth quarter, had that rushing touchdown to put the Broncos ahead. It was awesome. It was so awesome. That is a franchise quarterback performance in the fourth quarter. It really was. First 3 quarters, we got some work to do. But that fourth quarter, which is where the game is won and lost, by the way, can't win the game in the first quarter, can't win the game in the second quarter, can't win the game in the third quarter, but you damn sure can win that thing in the fourth quarter, and that's exactly what the Denver Broncos did. That game ended so well. I gave up a little yard to do a little yard work, came back with 5 minutes in the fourth. Well, you came back at the right time at least. Broncos went 88 yards on the last position to win the game. Coincidence? I think not, indeed. In front of the Super Bowl 50 team and DT's parents. Not gonna lie, man, this one almost feels like a win that the Super Bowl 50 team would have gotten. You know, playing down to their competition for 3 quarters, but finding a way to get it done in the fourth quarter off of the back of a big-time turnover. That feels like a classic Super Bowl 50 team win. It really does. First in the AFC West, no tie. The Chargers lost today. That's huge, man. I can't remember the last time the Denver Broncos were the undisputed first team in the AFC West, almost halfway through the season. This Broncos team, man, they're a good football team. They are a legitimately good football team. They have some problems, but if they get those problems figured out, this Broncos team can be special. I mean, absolutely special. We think we know football says best comeback I've seen. That was up there for me too. It really was. We think we know football says the Broncos are back. The Mile High Magic came through for number 88. It sure did, man. It was special. It really was special. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wind this down a little bit short because I only have about 25% of battery and I need enough to get home. So we will be back doing more content once we get in the closet studio. We need to come up with an official nickname for that, by the way. We need to come up with a nickname for my closet studio. So let me know if you guys have one. But once we get back in there, we will be doing hella content, at least 3 or 4 videos once we get home. But again, I want to make sure I've got enough to call myself an Uber to get home. So we're going to wind this down. I'm pretty sure Bo Nix is on the podium, so we'll go live for that on the computer. Be sure to leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. We're 5-2 Broncos country, and our quarterback got us there. All right, guys, we will see you later. I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.